Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So I just want to quickly start with the weekly, and you can see we haven't really got much traction this week. Is looking like a weekly pin bar forming. Granted, we've still got 2 days to go, but we are in a downward trend on the weekly, and you can see every fall or every pullback has been sold, and we've made lower lows every single time. And the other thing just to bear in mind is if you look at that week, it was a big up and down week. That wasn't really up and down, but it was kind of muted. That was also kind of muted there. But the following week we had the sell-off. The big question here is that the same thing setting up. We are below the moving averages. Is looking a lot like a wedge at the moment. Just have a look at the daily. It's also important just to pick this up. You can see 3 days in a row now we've got sellers coming in off 4,013 and a little bit higher at 4,038. So this 4,000 area is being targeted. Grouping of the oscillators at the moment, we're sort of rejecting the 155 kind of. So and then you can see the top of the flag and the bottom of the flag there. So if we just start looking at this, I'm very reluctant to jump in long when I see this kind of chaos. We've got multiple bearish signals with a crossover of the oscillator. So I think the institutions know something we don't know. So I would be very, very cautious at the moment. Just looking at the 3 hour, you can see this week has been pretty much big down, big up, big down. Buyers are coming in at the bottom, which is to be understood because we're in an upward trend. But I would prefer those buyers coming in off structure. And our structure is down here at 39.22. So oscillators kind of crossed over, pointing down. No real signal. There is diversions here. So we start dropping below these lows of this week, and we can actually put that level in. Now we start dropping below here, then I would expect us to hit the next level to the downside, and then if we get through that, I would expect us to target this area. You can see the chaos there. So we'll have a look at that now on the hour. Okay, so it's a week of, the lows are pretty much almost static, but we keep making new highs every day and then coming back to the low of the previous day. A really weird price action. We've got a little bit of a grouping here with diversions, and this is continuation diversions. In other words, I'd expect another move to the upside. Probably to look at this 4,013 or 4,000 area. So if we just put in another one here, you can see how significant this 4,000 area is. So the bears are looking to sell off it, and the bulls are trying to get a close above it this week, and that's why we are pretty much going sideways. So until we get some really decent price action and a proper break and retest, I'm a little bit skeptical. You can see how we are above and below the moving averages on the 15 minutes, basically adhering to each of these levels. So this level here, which is 4,013, then we have 4,006, and then to the downside we have 39.57. So I'd want to see us get above the highs of yesterday and stay above the high of yesterday before getting convinced that there is a clear break of 4,000 and we're moving the upside. So for me at the moment, this is sit quietly and continue watching. The whole week has been that, while we're gathering our thoughts around this 4,000, and then we've also got this diagonal level in amongst all of this. So I'm just going to take one catalyst, and that catalyst is either going to drive us up or drive us down, and it's kind of difficult to ascertain what that catalyst is going to be. We've got quite a bit of data that's already come out. We've got more data that's coming out, and it's not really impacting the market, although I suppose 2% swings are kind of a norm for this market at the moment. Anyway, I'm sit on hands. I don't see any reason to be short or long at the moment, but I must admit I am starting to lean towards this being um, a bear rally, and it is starting to fizzle out, and you can see that on the 8 hour here. So multiple ways to look at it. You can apply multiple strategies to this, but you can see this area of resistance. I would expect some kind of a pullback. Um, if we start breaking below the lows of last week, that validates this flag, and then it's going to get messy. So yeah, I think sit and wait. Hopefully something reveals itself this week still. Otherwise, this is going to be a pretty much zero profit week. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.